For a second straight day, Iranians are taking to the streets, setting fires and smashing store windows in protest to the re-election of President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad. Supporters of reform candidate Mir Hossein Mousavi claim that Friday's election was stolen. They accuse the government of widespread voter fraud. These photos were taken yesterday as demonstrators clashed with riot police in running street battles. Well, today there seems to be no let-up in the tension over Iran's disputed election. Earlier, I spoke with a young supporter of reform candidate Mousavi, and she didn't want to be identified, but she did give us an insider's view of how voters' anger is spilling into the streets.
I think that was expected from this sort of outcome because prior to the election, 5-6 nights prior to the election, this was happening in the streets, but very peaceful, and people were just happy and dancing, and there was music, and, you know, people were just driving in the streets, and this was going on 4 or 5 nights prior to the election, but very peaceful. And now all those people who were in the streets very peaceful, they're really, really, really upset with the outcome of the election.
And so is it correct that now what's taking place, while there have been some fires in the street, it means that some stores and shops have been broken into, there's been some looting? Describe for me if that is correct.
Well, I don't know if there has been some looting or anything like that, but in Valias street, which is one of our main streets in Tehran, most of the banks, the glasses have been broken. Most of the bus stops, the glasses have been broken. All the ATM machines they're broken. I mean, you see that all the glasses have been shattered, but I don't know if actually something has been taken from it or not. You know what I mean?
Now, you're a supporter of the opposition of Mousavi, and there has been some talk that he and many of his supporters are trying to win some sort of appeal by superior leaders, the Grand Ayatollah for one. But once there's already a rubber stamp on President Ahmadinejad's winning, do you think that the opposition has any recourse? Is there any other direction to go to try to get a recount, to have this election thrown out, to have a new election? What do you think are the real possibilities?
I have no idea. I mean, even if it happens, it has to be under international law or some international, you know, something bigger than us has to handle it.
So you're hoping outside countries, outside entities will be able to apply some pressure on Iran to make or promote change?
No. What I'm thinking is that if they're going to have a recount, we needed to have under some sort of other supervision than the supervision that was already you know what I mean? Obviously, the supervision that we had in counting these votes, I don't think that it was fair, and I don't think that it was completely 100% honest. You know, so I think if there is going to be a recount, or if there is going to be another election day for people to be able and have a chance to cast their votes again, you know, I think it needs to be under some sort of international supervision rather than the supervision of our own country.
She was hoping for some sort of election monitors, which are sometimes offered by UN in many countries when they're in the midst of an election. So in a letter posted on his campaign website, defeated challenger Mir Hossein Mousavi is requesting that the election results be annulled. He says that's the only way to restore the public's trust. We're going to continue to watch the developments in Iran, and many more international as well as domestic issues will